Today, we'll be taking a look at your idler pulley on this LG gas dryer. Be sure to visit ApplianceVideo.com, where you will find thousands of repair videos on the latest technology. And for a limited time, you can save big on an annual membership and take advantage of all of our premium benefits. ApplianceVideo.com. Do it right the first time. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. Remember to also turn off the gas. You will need the following tools to complete this repair. To begin, you must first remove the top. In order to do so, there are 3 Phillips screws that will need to be removed. Let's take these out. Then we'll have to pop this cover off. What you do is flex in, just start to lift up. Set it aside. Go ahead and take these screws off. Then, to remove your top, put pressure on the top, slide it back and forth, and lift up. And finally, set the top to the side. Now that that's set aside, the next thing we'll want to do is remove the control panel here. To do so, first we will unhook the wiring harness. It is just a pinch locking tab. Remove that. We will use a Phillips screwdriver to remove. There are 2 screws, one on each edge of the control console here. Next, to remove the actual piece itself, there are small locking squares on the top. And what you'll want to do is find where each one of these are and flex up on the plastic right there and pull forward. And once you get all of them, you can see it will start to disattach. Gently pull out, pull your wiring out, and set the control panel to the side. The next thing we'll need to do is remove this front panel. To do so, first we're going to open it up and take out these 2 screws here. They're both Phillips. Let's close the door up, set those screws to the side. Next, we are going to remove these 3. Of course, when removing the last one, make sure you push pressure against the front. Let's slide forward, and we do have the wiring harness for the door switch on here. Simply pull out, lift up on the front, and set it to the side. Now, let's go ahead and remove the frame bracket. It's held on by 2 Phillips screws at the top. When we remove the second one, make sure you hold on to the bracket. Next, slide up, pull out, and set it to the side. Next, we can remove the front bulkhead with a couple of easy steps. First, we'll disconnect your LED bulb harness. Next, we'll have to remove this strain reliever. Move it to the side where you can pinch it with pliers and pull up. On the very bottom here, we have 1 more wiring harness. Just pinch and separate. Now, you'll have to remove these Phillips screws on the front. Now, to remove the actual bulkhead, we will have to lift up and slide out. Do the same on the other side. Lift up, slide out, and we will set it to the side. Now that we have the bulkhead removed, we can start to remove the drum. In order to remove the drum, what we'll have to do is release the tension on the belt first. So I want you to reach inside, you'll find your idler pulley. You'll find the bar to the idler here, and of course your belt is wrapping around your motor. Press up on the idler pulley to release tension. Pull off the belt from the motor and let it sag. Gently let your idler fall back down. Now when removing your drum, we're going to use the belt to help pull it. Lift up, slide out, and set it to the side. Now that we have the drum removed, we have clear access to our idler arm here. Now, the main reasons why you'd be replacing your idler arm is if your idler arm has broken and it has fell down, causing the unit to not spin. That would be a visible damage. Another reason would be if it's making a loud squealing noise. Now, usually you can replicate this noise simply by turning the wheel. If it makes a squeak, you know it needs to be replaced. Sometimes you may find where it's actually stiff, you may find belt marks rubbing across it. That's also an indication that this will need to be replaced. It is held on by one 10mm bolt. We'll take that out. Your spring, simply just take that off of the idler and set it to the side. When installing your new idler arm, first, when you are installing the bolt, you will notice there is almost like a little ledge here. You will have to go inside the idler arm itself. So if it goes like this, it will not sit flat and it'll cause it to make some noise. So first, we're going to bring it under the belt switch here and start to put this in by hand. And once we get it started, move up on the idler arm and kind of pull out to bring it into that groove. Let's tighten it up here. And make sure that bolt stays in that groove. Then we'll make sure the spring stays in here. And we'll lift it up. Bring the spring in. Now we can reinstall the drum and belt. When reinstalling your drum, again, we're going to keep the belt on to help bring it in, bring it all the way to the back. I want you to put pressure against the drum and give it a spin to put it on the rollers. Lift up on the drum and the belt and just give it some spins to get it to where you're about 3/4 the way there to the back. All right, now let's reach inside. You'll find the belt, your idler, and your motor. What we will do is there's a ribbed side to the belt as well as a flat side. Press your flat side against the idler. We will pull up on the idler and keep pulling the belt back. Go around your motor with the ribbed side. Gently let down on your idler. Now we can reinstall the bulkhead. When reinstalling our bulkhead, you have these teeth that will slide into these slots on the frame. And what we'll do is we will lean the front on the lip of the bulkhead, lift it up, and put it into one side. We'll do the same on the other. Once we have it set in, let's go ahead and give it a turn. This will draw the rest in. Now we can push these in. So lift up, push in, lift up, push in. Let's go ahead and reinstall our screws. Plug back in our wiring harness on the bottom. Let's move up to the top, reinstall our LED wiring harness, as well as our strain reliever. Now we can reinstall the frame bracket. When reinstalling your frame bracket, you have two teeth, one on each side, that will slide into this area on the actual frame itself. So let's start on one side. Make sure they're not bent. Put it in, slide it down. Let's go to the other side, put it in, slide it down. We will reinstall our 2 screws. The metal likes to flex on this, so just be kind of gentle. Now we can reinstall the front panel. When reinstalling your front panel, first on the very bottom of the frame, you have 2 hooks. They will apply to the side areas on the front panel. So slide it in. Make sure the teeth go in the slot. Let's reinstall the door switch harness. We have our drill ready. Let's install the first screw. Do these other 2. Followed by the 2 inside. Now we can reinstall the console. When reinstalling our console, first we will reinstall the wiring through here. Next, you will line it up. It will drop down into the front portion. Once you get it there, push back and make sure it snaps in. We will reinstall our 2 screws. Bring in our harness and reinstall it to the control. Now we can reinstall the top. When reinstalling the top, you have 4 white pins that are lifted up. These will go inside the holes on the top. So we will drop it about midway, set it down flat and push it forward. All of our screw holes should line up. Let's bring back in our screws and our cover. What we'll do first is just reinstall the 2 on the ends. When reinstalling your plate, you will slide these portions into the metal down here, the hooks into the metal at the top. So slide it in. Now when you are pushing this in, you will have to flex the metal down in order to get this to pass. Slide it in. We'll get the hooks in. Reinstall our screw. And this will complete the repair. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com. If you found this video helpful, make sure you click the like and subscribe to our channel.